All right, so there's gonna be a change in the vibes, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Zuckerberg and Dana White are now in cahoots, ladies and gentlemen, and we're gonna go ahead and react to this video that Mark Zuckerberg put out earlier today.
Hey everyone, I want to talk about something important today because it's time to get back to our roots around free expression on Facebook and Instagram. I started building social media to give people a voice. I gave a speech at Georgetown 5 years ago about the importance of protecting free expression, and I still believe this today. But a lot has happened over the last several years. There's been widespread debate about potential harms from online content. Governments and legacy media have pushed to censor more and more. A lot of this is clearly political, but there's also a lot of legitimately bad stuff out there. Drugs, terrorism, child exploitation. These are things that we take very seriously, and I want to make sure that we handle responsibly. So we built a lot of complex systems to moderate content. But the problem with complex systems is they make mistakes. Even if they accidentally censor just 1% of posts, that's millions of people. And we've reached a point where it's just too many mistakes and too much censorship. The recent elections also feel like a cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech.
Yep.
So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms.
Okay, so all of that is pretty good. As we know, I think, what's his name? Elon Musk put out a couple of posts on X pretty much saying that ever since he started making, the platform a little bit more lenient with free speech, he's been getting even more interaction and people have been pretty much using the platform even more because of, the whole freedom of expression, the whole freedom of speech thing. So it could be, some ethical things like this, but it could also just be, pretty much going where the money's at, if I'm just being completely honest. But it could be a little bit of both, I think that it's a quite a possibility.
More specifically, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes,
similarly to X. Can't make this up.
Similar to X, starting in the US. After Trump first got elected in 2016, the legacy media wrote non-stop about how misinformation was a threat to democracy. We tried in good faith to address those concerns without becoming the arbiters of truth. But the fact-checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, especially in the US.
Yep, and I think that this is specifically true with, you guys see it in every social media platform. There's people out there that are self-appointed arbiters of social acceptability, and they pretty much just try to use or manipulate facts to get everybody to believe certain things, which is something that we see in pretty much every social media platform, and it's good that they're finally freaking addressing this.
So over the next couple of months, we're going to phase in a more comprehensive community notes system. Second, we're going to simplify our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse. What started as a movement to be more inclusive has increasingly been used to shut down opinions and shut out people with different ideas, and it's gone too far.
I'm not going to say much, but oh man.
So I want to make sure that people can share their beliefs and experiences on our platforms. Third, we're changing how we enforce our policies to reduce the mistakes that account for the vast majority of censorship on our platforms. We used to have filters that scanned for any policy violation.
AI.
Now, we're going to focus those filters on tackling illegal and high-severity violations. And for lower severity violations,
they're going to start implementing AI. They had like a low-level form of AI, but now they're going to take it up a notch, pretty much. And if you guys don't believe me, trust me, that's exactly what they're doing.
We're going to rely on someone reporting an issue before we take action. The problem is that the filters make mistakes, and they take down a lot of content that they shouldn't. So by dialing them back, we're going to dramatically reduce the amount of censorship on our platforms. We're also going to tune our content filters to require much higher confidence before.
I don't know why they're using I don't know why they're using the word filters. Like, they could just say AI. Like, I don't think people are that dumb. I feel like most people understand that, yeah, Facebook and like all these platforms are huge platforms, and not everybody, or like regular human beings can just be on top of everything. Like, people know that they're using AI. I don't know why they're using the word filters, but AI pretty
taking
much.
down content. The reality is that this is a trade-off. It means we're going to catch less bad stuff, but we'll also reduce the number of innocent people's posts and accounts that we accidentally take down. Fourth, we're bringing back civic content. For a while, the community asked to see less politics because it was making people stressed, so we stopped recommending these posts. But it feels like we're in a new era now, and we're starting to get feedback that people want to see this content again. So we're going to start phasing this back into
The reason why people want to see this content again, or see more of this, is because it's just so integrated into our everyday lives that people just like to sit on social media and just argue about these things. And at the end of the day, platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Threads, their main focus is to keep people on the site or on these platforms. That's why they're going to continue to pretty much put these kind of stuff in front of everybody's faces. If we're being honest, like, let's keep it a buck.
Facebook, Instagram, and Threads while working to keep the communities friendly and positive. Fifth, we're going to move our trust and safety and content moderation teams out of California, and our US-based content review is going to be based in Texas. As we work to promote free expression, I think that it will help us build trust to do this work in places where there is less concern about the bias of our teams. Finally,
that's insane. I mean, he's saying a lot without saying much, but anybody who knows anything about the world is that obviously people from California, they see the world from a particular lens.
We're going to work with President Trump to push back on governments around the world that are going after American companies and pushing to censor more. The US has the strongest constitutional protections for free expression in the world. Europe has an ever-increasing number of laws institutionalizing censorship,
UK,
making it difficult to build anything innovative there.
UK.
Latin American countries have secret courts that can order companies to quietly take things down. China has censored our apps from even working in the country. The only way that we can push back on this global trend is with the support of the US government.
Oh my God.
And that's why it's been so difficult over the past 4 years when even the US government has pushed for censorship. By going after us and other American companies, it has emboldened other governments to go even further. But now we have the opportunity to restore free expression, and I am excited to take it. It'll take time to get this right, and these are complex systems. They're never going to be perfect. There's also a lot of illegal stuff that we still need to work very hard to remove. But the bottom line is that after years of having our content moderation work focus primarily on removing content, it is time to focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our systems, and getting back to our roots about giving people voice. I'm looking forward to this next chapter. Stay good out there, and more to come soon.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, we are going into a completely different vibe shift. This is exciting news. I cannot wait to see where we're gonna be at in a couple years, because this is just crazy. Like, they're allowing more stuff to happen. Obviously, it's not gonna be a perfect system, but I think that I think we're going into the right direction. It's gonna be a completely different vibe shift. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section below. As always, it's a pleasure. Peace out and have a good one.